Oh. Oh my gosh. Yo, guys. Oh my goodness. When Black Lightning comes back, they come back with a punch. We're not talking about a standard chop to the throat. We are talking an uppercut, and I'm telling you, they came back. But we're gonna talk about that. So I need to make sure that you're ready. Eyes, brain, heart. Ugh! So. Ugh! Get ready. Hey everybody, it's your boy Montel. What is going on? How's everybody doing? Hopefully you guys have had a fantastic day, week, month, year, millennium, enjoying the crazy weather because it snows where some people are, it's been raining where some people are, it's been really nice where some people are, and it's been crazy all over the place. So hopefully where you are, if the weather's bad, you're safe. And if it is not bad, you're enjoying it, okay? Thank you so much for checking me out, guys. I want to tell you thank you so much for the birthday love that I got. Everybody who wished me happy birthday, nothing but love to you. I appreciate that. Y'all made turning 50 years old very, 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 very awesome. So thank you so much for that. To my new subscribers, welcome to my world. Welcome to my little corner of the YouTube universe. And as you get to see and get to know me, you'll realize that I'm really passionate about the things that I talk about. I'm going to have more content coming out. So if you're coming here for the first time, please check out the other videos. See what else I got going on. See my evolution. And don't forget to check out my anniversary video. 6 years. Wow. 6 years I have been doing this. But it has been fantastic, and it's because of you guys. The ones who have joined me for the first time and people who have been there since day one and along the way. I love you guys so much. Thank you for all the love and the support. Please don't forget to check me out on social media. I'm on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Getting better about Facebook, so definitely hit me up on there, okay? If you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button. That way you can always be in the know when I get ready to do another video and I upload it. You'll know right away because you have to hit that notification bell. Yeah, hit the notification bell. That way you'll know, you'll be alerted to when it pops up. And, of course, like my videos. Please, please, please. I don't mind doing that. It's a new year. I'm not going to say new year, new you, because it's a new year. Awesome possibilities, awesome blessings, and I pray blessings for all of you guys too, okay? Black Lightning is back. Let's talk about it. First half of the second season was absolutely mind-blowing. We already know pretty much to this point. And you start seeing the evolution of things after the battle between the Purdy and the Sanjay. Alright, so now we've gotten to, we take up where we left off with Khalil and Jen going off on their own. So we're looking at Season 2, Episode 10, The Book of Rebellion, Chapter 3, Negros, Angelitos. Or for some people that don't know what that means, Black Angels. So we move in, and of course, we're at this point, we see the lovers on the run, and you've got the family looking after, they're coming after them, just try to find them, because Khalil's already had a bad rep, and he's just sick and tired of Tobias. Done with Tobias. So he's got to move on. Of course, after that butt kicking he took, he was fed up anyway. And he knows that if Tobias gets him, he's going to kill him. And he doesn't want to go back. And Jen comes to his rescue, discovering her powers, realizing that she can do a lot more and be stronger and be more of an independent individual, as well as making sure that he's okay. Now, she only tags along because she doesn't want anything to happen to him, because their bond has started to come back together again. They started to get back to when they first met at, in high school, and they were the cutesy little teenagers. Of course, they've grown up now since then, and Khalil's gone through a lot, Jen's gone through a lot, and the whole family as a whole has gone through a lot. You could just see the evolutions between Jefferson as his role of Black Lightning and the provider for the family. Unfortunately, he's just a teacher at the school now. That's such a foul way of doing it. And of course you have Lynn, who she wants to make sure everyone is okay, but it's tearing her up inside, especially when Jen took off. You could see something was broken in her, but whatever broke, you could tell it started to mend, and it made her stronger and a lot harder, because she's not about to see anything happen to her baby. And of course, oh goodness, Anissa is Anissa. Anissa is Anissa, and she's determined to bring her sister back safe and sound. And it's funny how they seem to think that, if you look at the dynamic from the show, especially from this episode, they feel like they're all trying to rescue Jen from Khalil because of Tobias, without really realizing that they want her to be so safe, that the reason why Jen ran away is because she felt like a prisoner in her own home. And you should never make your child feel like that, regardless to how your good intentions are. As if you're a parent, you understand that you want your child to be safe, but you don't want to close them up and lock them up so tight that they don't want to enjoy life, they don't want to do anything. So, don't do that to them. So they're on the run and they're closing in on them. And of course you got Cutter out there. Cutter is a serious badass. That chick is a serious badass. And now she had to report back to Tobias. Tobias is not happy because now Tobias has got this alliance now with Todd Green, the young man whose research was and Tobias knows what he could do, so he's put him under his employ. And you can start to see the dynamic between him and Tobias. You can tell Tobias, he still throws his rhetoric, about Negros and everything else. But you can tell he has a soft spot for this guy because they relate on the same level, just in different ways. And you can see him falling into the position already, which is awesome. So we ultimately get to a point that they have broken off into different sections to try to find Jen and Khalil. Khalil takes Jen to his hideaway, or as he calls it, his apartment, where it's I think it's an abandoned train yard. So he's actually adapted one of the train cars to be where he stays. And when he brings Jen there, she sees she has never left his mind, which I think is a great thing about this show. It brings real life, it just puts superhero elements into it, which is why Black Lightning has become such a fantastic show. It still deals with real world. It doesn't get so convoluted and ballooned up with all these fantastical plots that it takes away from real life. And that's one thing I really love about this show. So they're getting to know each other a little bit better. You can just see them go into the lovers companionship phase, and they're really, you can tell them getting back into the way they were. And they talk more, and they instill more, and they trust each other more. And Khalil starts to realize that her family's coming to find her, not him. And the only reason why Jen came along is to try and keep him safe from Tobias. And he feels in his heart that she needs to go back home. Of course, Jen's going to be rebellious to this, but somewhere along the line, he convinces her, and he brings her back home. They all come back from their search, and they find Jen in the house. And of course, Khalil is there. And we already know Jefferson, being the dad, ready to take Khalil out. But Khalil makes them understand this is the best thing. I didn't want her to come along. I didn't want her to be hurt, but she made this choice, and there was not much I can do. I had to get away. And somehow, Jefferson, in his mind, feels the best thing for Khalil to do is to turn himself in. He convinces Henderson, his friend, to take him into custody and have him transported. Well, over here, once again, you still got the crooked elements in Freeland. Someone in the police department tips off to Tobias about Khalil, and now Cutter comes back. He sends Cutter after them. Okay, and it's a bloodbath. It is literally a bloodbath. And Tobias gets his hands on Khalil. When I tell you that Tobias is one of the most bloodthirsty and savage individuals I've ever seen, and he's so slick about it. Marvin Jones portrays him so well. You literally get drawn into the fact this is one of the most intelligent villains you've seen in a long time, but he has a savage side. And that goes without saying. So Cutter brings, after she pretty much takes out half the police and the escorts that are taking Khalil to protective custody, because he was going to go on witness protection. Obviously, he was going to be a witness and testify against Tobias. Cutter comes in, takes them out. Which, there's got to be something more to this chick, and I'm sure we'll discover that a little bit later. She brings Tim back to Tobias. Oh, goodness. When I tell you what I saw happen next was the last thing I expected. It was the last thing I expected. Of course, word has gotten back to Jen that the caravan has been completely annihilated and Khalil's been taken. We pan back to where Khalil is in Tobias's office. He's got Todd right there. He's got Cutter right there. The next thing that he does really threw me off, but I should have seen it coming. And this is one of those things that makes this show so appealing, because you never know what's going to happen, but you can't take your eyes away from it. He throws Khalil in the air, puts his hand in his back, and pulls out the implant that he had placed in his spine. He literally, you see him pull out this metal implant that was giving him the mobility of his legs and the strength to move around and to jump and everything else. He rips it out of him and throws it on the ground. When I saw that, I was like, yo, are you serious? Yo, come on. I was so done. And if you actually watch the episode, you see Cutter's reaction. She sees this is not what she was expecting. She was not expecting this. And you can kind of see the wheels click in her head that working for Tobias is definitely not the way it should be. Duh. What did you think he was going to do? And of course, Todd, completely thrown off by this. It blows his mind. Okay. So we got that. Now, a little early, and I failed to mention this, Tobias brings the briefcase to Todd because Todd has the mindset to actually look at patterns and algorithms and understand them, which allows him to interpret certain things. So you think he has sort of like a computer interpretation type mind. He can literally solve puzzles, codes, and things like that, which is pretty freaking awesome. Okay, so Tobias gives it to him. He says, okay, I need you to crack into this in his own Tobias' own way. And Todd does it. Todd cracks the code on the briefcase to find out that the ASA was creating metahumans for I want to say Operation Masters of Destruction. So now he knows about the pod babies. He now knows that there's still some available. He now knows that Freeland was always the test platform for the creation of the metahumans, which is something I think Gamby knows and Gamby always knew, but he never tells Jefferson, and let's just hope he doesn't, because that'll be another thing that'll take Jefferson up another notch. But overall, this episode was the best way to jump back into the season. The best way to jump back into the season. Everything was addressed. You had some things that were resolved, and the most emotional thing I saw was, except for what happened to Khalil, was when Khalil saw his mother as part of the condition for him to be transported off to protective custody. And just to see her baby, she sees her baby and she sees his eyes, and oh my goodness, that was just a moment. And then after Tobias does what he does, we see Khalil's body. Now this is where it gets even crazier. Khalil is pretty much dumped in the middle of the street, back to being paralyzed, and he's got this huge hole in his back where that spinal implant was. The implant is placed feet away from Khalil. And where is he dumped? In the street in front of the church. You talk about leaving a message, and you talk about leaving an impact. Wow, Tobias isn't playing, y'all. If you think he is on slack off, no, he is not playing. He is leaving messages with exclamation points all over Freeland. So next week is going to be phenomenal. All right, if you haven't started watching it, go watch season 1 on Netflix. I'm telling you, this is a treasure on TV. Unfortunately, they moved it to Mondays, and I work both my jobs on Mondays. So I'll watch it on Tuesday on the CW app, and then I will go ahead and shoot my review. But please, you got to check this out. This was a blockbuster start back into the second half of the season, and it's going to get even better, and I'm excited for it. Okay, so thank you so much for checking me out, guys. Thank you so much for the love. Thank you for the new subscribers again. Thank you for tuning in to me. Please don't forget to hit me up on social media. I tend to talk really fast. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. It is always awesome to share, and because of some people sharing, people are finding out about my content. So thank you so much for that. I appreciate it. I'm just a humble dude who's doing what he loves to do. We're gonna have more stuff coming later. I'll be doing another installment of the B series very, very soon. All right, thank you again, and as always, and I ask you beautiful, sexy, geeky, nerdy people to do for me, okay? Stay nerdy, stay geeky, and as always, stay sexy. Bye, guys.
Yeah!